What's going on, guys? It's Hunter here. I'm bringing you my first MOD and RDA review. So this is my first video. But I really have to give all the credit to Rip Trippers for giving me essentially the guts to do it. So yeah. Um, I'm 19. I've been doing this for probably about 2 years. I recently just got started on drippers. Um, so I have a small collection. It's not really big. I've had a few in the past, but I've sold them, got rid of them, whatever. But right now I have the AR. This one is the Zombie Killer Edition, V1. They came out with a V2, but I didn't really notice a difference besides the spring. My other one is the Panzer. Panzer mod's amazing. Running the Authentic Patriot up top. That's a fun mod. And then I have the Death mod, which is actually wooden on the outside. I don't run it a lot, just because voltage drop, huge issue with voltage drop in this mod. It's all stainless attachments, so it doesn't get a lot out of it. This is a mod I use for if I'm wanting to do a high build, something like that. If I'm wanting to run like a 1.5, something like that, just for fun, whatever. But then I have the Penny mod. The Penny is absolutely amazing. So yeah, the review that I'm going to do today is on the Penny mod and the Tugboat RDA. With this fantastic mod, you can build as low as you want, really, as long as you're running a VTC battery, which is Sony. Right now, I'm running a 0.11 ohm G-plat single strand dual coil in this, so it's that right there. But yeah, it's an amazing mod. With this mod, there's virtually no voltage drop, and I mean none. That means it gets connection. It's fantastic, except absolutely amazing. Another cool feature is that it's actually a penny on the button. So that's one of the cool little things about it. The button is extremely flush. I noticed that a lot of mods have the locking mechanism, just like the Panzer does. You just go like that to unlock it and lock it. But you can't even tell that there is a locking mechanism on it, and that's not it. This is. So you can't even see it, which is amazing. So that's another cool little feature about it. I've found only really one thing bad about the button, and that is the little pin that they put in these buttons. I can't tell if you can see that. There is a little hole next to the button itself, which is a pin. I haven't really done my research, which is my bad. But it's also seen in the Copper Nemesis, things like that. Or, well, any Nemesis, really. I've owned 2 of them, but I sold them off. But it is the most tedious little thing, and I hate it. That is the one thing I don't like about the Nemesis, is that stupid pin. I also don't like the fact that there is a beauty ring in the Nemesis that you have to take out and then get rid of it, whatever. But when I owned the Nemesis, I took apart the button, and that little pin just popped right out, and I was like, okay, what's this? And I didn't put it back in, and it got hot. Extremely hot. So it's something to do with voltage drop or heating up, things like that. Now, with this low ohm build, you might think that this mod heats up like crazy, but it really doesn't. It gets a little warm, which is to be expected with any mod at all. It's a battery inside of a mod. But it doesn't really get hot at all. It just warms up a little bit, and then I just stop for a few minutes, just because, I mean, you don't want to chain smoke anyway. I mean, it's fun to do, but it just gets old fast. If you're wanting to get this mod, it's only about $60. But that's only at one place that I found. This one is a clone, but there's literally no difference between the two. The authentic and clone, it's just the marking on it, but that's it. But this RDA is authentic, completely authentic tugboat. Now, I have an authentic Patriot and Tobe, which is really what people go for, or from what I've heard at least. But this RDA, I feel as though trumps both of them. Reason being is the way it's built. It's top heavy, which I really enjoy just because if you drop this, it's not going to shatter. It's not going to break, not going to crack, whatever. But I mean, I've never had any problems with RDAs before. I've dropped them a few times and haven't had any problems, but I've seen people that have actually cracked their RDA, and I was like, okay, how did that even happen? They must have like thrown it on the ground from what I've seen. But one of the bad things about the RDA itself is that, well, it's a good and bad thing, really, is that it has a little well in the bottom of it for excess oil. Good thing is that it holds more, so you don't have to drip as much. Bad thing is that if you want to exhale while you're hitting to get airflow, things like that, to just start up your wick, it flies out. All the excess juice just comes right out of there. I actually burnt my hand doing it. I don't know if you can see that, but I did that and it hurt. So that's one of the things that I found wrong with it. But other than that, I love this RDA. And having the RDA for a few days, I got used to it, so I figured out how to control that more. But now I can show you the magic. The RDA itself actually costs about 50. I have the serial tip that goes with it, but I'm not using it. I'm using the Zodiac tip, which is only $5. It's a little clone tip, but the airflow is absolutely amazing. Huge well. So, yeah. But now I can show you the magic of this mod. So you can see no voltage drop as soon as I hit it. As soon as I hit it. So here we go. Pretty decent. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.